Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Hammer Productions night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Hell is a City, released in 1960, written and directed by Val Guest, based on a novel of the same name, written by Maurice Proctor, starring Stanley Baker, Jon Crawford, Donald Pleasence, Maxine Audley, Billie Whitelaw, Joseph Tomelty, and Vanda Godsell. Now, this is another one of those odd films for Hammer that you've never seen them do before. This one is, well, I guess you could technically say that they did one like this one with Cash on Demand. But this was the first one where it was full on. This is a police detective drama film. It has a completely different vibe and feel than any other Hammer film. It almost has a BBC TV movie feel to it, as opposed to what we expect from Hammer, because this is set in the 1960s, present day at that time setting. This is not like other Hammer films where it's in the Victorian era or something like that, where, you have these lavish, set designs and stuff like that they had on those kind of films. This has just a regular looking city, regular looking area. Like I said, it just has a feel of a BBC TV movie instead of an actual feature film, which is not really bad because, some of those BBC TV movies and stuff were just as good as theatrical films. But it does have a different type of a feel to it than what you're used to as a Hammer fan. Stanley Baker is excellent as Inspector Harry Martineau, and he excels at this tough demeanor that he has, but he also has a bit of a softer side of him, more vulnerable side to the character, which is really great whenever you got a character that's a tough guy, but he's also got a vulnerable side to him. That's a plus there. Our lead villain is Jon Crawford as Don Starling, and he is suitably sinister when he needs to be in this film, and his character is quite cold-blooded in this film. So, he's not above, doing what he has to do to get what he wants. But the real standout in this film is Donald Pleasence as Gus Hawkins. And this is the only film that Donald Pleasence did with Hammer Films, and it's really a shame because, oh man, as great of an actor as Donald Pleasence is, I would have loved to have seen him play in more films, because his character, he just stands out so much in this. His character is this arrogant, character that, thinks he's a tough guy. He likes to think of himself as a tough guy. But, I mean, the little guy, portrays himself that way, but it's all up front, and you know it as the character story progresses in here.
How long have your hands been like that?
My hands? Oh, I see it. Yeah. That's funny you should mention it. I noticed it when I got out of the bath this morning. I thought maybe I'd handled that many pound notes in Doncaster yesterday. Hey, has some bastard been passing me snide money?
But yeah, Donald Pleasence was excellent in here as this character while he's on screen. Billie Whitelaw plays Gus's wife, Chloe. And she's a flawed character. The way they have her written, she's basically revealed to be having an affair on the side while he's at work. She's got this secret boyfriend coming in, and she's having her fun with him. And, it makes it kind of hard for you to side with her when shit starts going down and Don Starling, Jon Crawford's villain, begins to target Gus. Because, she is not really a faithful wife, so it's not like you're like, you still don't really want to see Don to kill her or anything like that. But whenever he comes in and he's, basically putting pressure on her, as it is revealed that before he went into prison, he was in a relationship with her. So she's going to be willing to hide him and help him. I don't know if that was a good move for them to do that with the character, because it doesn't make her very likable in the story. But overall, it's a pretty cool police drama and everything. There is this pursuit where, Stanley Baker is trying to catch Jon Crawford and everything and bring him down as he is, committing robberies and all sorts of crimes throughout the city. Hence the title, which I think is fitting. Hell's a City. So, but yeah, it's a totally different type of a Hammer film, though, which is very cool, because I like that Hammer branched out and did all these different types of films instead of just saying, hey, we're really good at horror, we're just going to do that. They did do that for the most part. They stuck to that for a lot, but there were these moments where they were doing something else, and it's really cool to see how well they did with these films. So my final review of Hell is a City from 1960, I am going to give this film a 8.2 out of 10. It is a very unique film. I don't think it's one of the best Hammer films ever made, but nice change of pace. If you're wanting to see something different from Hammer, check it out. But have you seen it? If you have, let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Alright. Well, that's the end of this night. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. If you become a Dark Knight fan plus, you will have access to being able to go on a post whenever I post it, asking what you guys want me to review, and you can actually request a movie or TV show for me to review. And if I review it, it will go up on Dark Knight Films Plus exclusively for all of the members to watch that review prior to it actually going live for everyone else. So, and on top of that, you get access to the Dark Knight Films library of content that, has numerous films, features, short films, TV shows, behind the scenes, making of, interviews, audio commentaries. There's a lot on there in the members area in this library. So if you are on the fence about becoming a member, now's as good a time as any to join.
Well, that's it for another Hammer Productions night. If you missed last week's Hammer Productions night, check out the link up here to get caught up on that one. Or if you missed any of the other Hammer Productions night, be sure and check out the playlist right here to get caught up on any of them that you have missed.